Hi, this is Vince Curie. I'm making another video. I've had a break from making videos. I had some issues, and I'll explain it later. Anyway, tonight I'm talking about the Janome Memory Craft 500E. Now here's my dealer's website, Mr. Vac and Mrs. So, and here's the machine I'm speaking of. And it's about $2,400, and Lisa will ship, no state tax if you're out of New York State, and that in itself is a savings. You save enough money to buy a box of their thread. Now this machine, it comes with a spool stand, a detailed description. It's a very large screen, 7.9 by 11. That's quite big compared to the 5x7s of the PE800, the PE900. It has 160 built-in embroidery designs, 6 built-in fonts for monogramming, a large LCD, cuts jump stitches, which is very good. And now this machine runs at a commercial speed, 860 stitches per minute. And being so, it has a lubrication maintenance. Now, I have the manual, the service manual on this machine, and I made a video on how to lubricate it. And I'm gonna show you a couple of videos now. Me using the machine. I'm going to, this is my channel, here's my playlist. I have 3 videos with the Janome MC 500. Here I'm hooping, denim into the hoop. As you can see, it's a big hoop. And
this hoop, it uses magnetic locks on the ends.
Yeah, it goes on all the ends. The 2 here, 1 here, 1 here.
Has these magnetic locks on the ends.
It's a total of 8.
Easy enough to install.
Helps to hold the fabric in.
So the purpose of these on the big hoop is to hold.
All right, so here's the design of the hoop. The machine you hear is another machine running. It's quite a big design. Alright, so now you go into the bird's mouth, I call it, and you clip it. Now, at this point, you're supposed to bring the presser foot down, and over here, you see this right here? It says okay. I'm going to bring the presser foot up. That goes away. So the presser foot has to be down. It's a procedure you got to know. And then you thread it. Bring this down. And that went through. And then you pull the loop back. All right. Okay, now you come back to here, and you're supposed to put the lock off. That should sew. Club. I also own the Hatch. He's a dealer for Hatch. And I also have the Wilcom E4, which is their store warehouse. And I pick up my supplies. Now, I got this machine from them. Look how the price changed. And when I made this video, in fact, I got other machines. That was the price. I only used this a couple of times. And it went up. Sorry to say. Yep, went up. All right, now I'll pick out another video. Like write a poem, you know, like you go on your computer, you open up a Word document, and I used to write things on the books, you know. Here's the software that I use for typing out. It's a brother product. I bought something. Don't see it. Ooh. How could that be? A couple $100. Thank you, fella. Invoice. Hey, wow. I don't think I can see this. I bought this 2013. May 2013. All right. It's approaching what, 19 years? Yeah. And at the time, I paid I paid $349. $349. 6" by 10. It's the first thing you do in software. You know, like for example, the hoop. If you hit the little, gee, I'm talking and thinking everybody can see what I'm talking about. All right, where it says the hoop, you hit on the little arrow. Select hoop, okay? And it opens this here, menu. And it has a lot of default hoops in there. But what I did is I went to new here, and then I created what I wanted right here. You can see it. It says Janome 7.8 times 11 inch. And that's the machine I got now.
Actually,
And then you hit
7.9.
apply, you know. So the software opens up. And I select this one, just here.
You can hear the speed on this. 860 per minute.
There's different things in here. It does monograms. And the digitize, very nice. Click on the page and it opens up. Nice.
And here's the video I did.
Okay, this is gonna sound a little nuts, but the fastest and
One,
easiest way to make passive online income on Amazon.
On lubrication. And I actually have the service
right.
manual. Here's the manual.
I got the maintenance manual for this machine. And there's certain spots that you lubricate on it. In a
Here's
video,
the machine
I'm
on
just
its back.
pointing out,
And there's
and
different
this is a good
spots
machine.
that there's felt in here. Different spots that you put lubrication in. Also here. And in the manual tells you where, like here, here,
Right, to
where there's metal
remove
to metal.
this,
Down here.
the nose, I call it the bull nose, on the machine, take one screw out, these little tabs, and this is fixed, and the shaft goes up and down in the lugs, and you lubricate here, you lubricate the lug here, just a drop, and then you look. Now this is for the take-up lever. This is the take-up lever. Right here. Take-up lever that picks the thread up. Pulls the thread up to make the lock stitch. And there's an arm, a link here. This is reciprocating. This reciprocates like a locomotive. And you lubricate here. All right, and you put a little lubrication where this bolt is part of it's the pivot point for this lug, and you put oil so that this is oil. Put a drop, maybe two, on the top, you know. So you want to get something that press a bar, slides back.
It's on the top of the machine.
Okay,
And there's a wick.
there's a wick right there. And put a couple of drops on the wick, and that feeds the top shaft bearing. You put like 3 drops on that thing, and it feeds down. All right. Carriage X and Y.
Yeah.
You have to remove
X and Y.
this panel. You got to remove this panel. And all right, the book tells you
It's a hidden screw on the bottom.
that it's held on with clips. All right, it's held on, you know, the front with a clip.
And then also there's a clip. There's a clip over here and one over here. Now, what they don't tell you is you have to remove the bottom pan on the machine. Alright, that's, you know, that's this thing, it's the bottom pan, six screws, no big deal. And you tip the machine up, you take out the USB, you remove the electrical plug, and then you tip the machine up on the hand wheel. And you get it in a position on a table where nobody's going to knock it over. I mean, it's pretty stable, but if you bump it, it'll go over. Okay, so you take the pan off, and when you do that, you remove the screws that go through this portion, right? And the thing they don't tell you in the book, aside from pushing this down, you know, and separating it from the other piece, what they don't tell you is there's a screw below. And here I am prying, and I'm going prying this way, prying that way, and you know, and I said to myself, this can't be. On the bottom, there's a screw. Lo and behold, you know, I mean that's strong enough. That screw, strong enough to hold us, enough to destroy everything. Let's put it that way. But they don't tell you that in the book. But I'm telling you that. So that you take out. Now, you oil. You get yourself. Look, if you're gonna play with embroidery machines or whatever, you know, that need oil, you get yourself some white oil. You know, this is sewing machine oil. You know, you can see on the bottom, you know, it's strictly for sewing machine. You know, you find it. You know, I mean, you know, I bought for my 15 needle Avanti commercial machine, and somewhere I seen they're refillable. So you unscrew this, and it's a small hole, 1/4 inch. What I would suggest is you get an eyedropper, like a drugstore supply, something that's suitable, like for castor oil, for you know, like something the viscosity like a castor oil, and that you could use to fill the little bottles. Okay. And the oil you put on this shaft, a couple of spots on the shaft. One's an X and one's a Y, and there's a felt right here, one piece of felt, but I put a couple of drops along that shaft. You know, it's maybe 15 inches long. Okay, so now I'm gonna button this up, and this comes off the cover for this. It's only 2 screws that hold it on. You know, that's this thing here. It's only 2 screws. Put it on with a toothpick. You get the lithium automotive store. There's one more thing. There's 3 nylon gears here, and a couple of them over here, and they get lithium. Just you know, you could put them on. You could put it on with a toothpick. You get the lithium at automotive store, lithium grease. You get it in a tube. That's the best way. Okay.
Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Vincent Curie. And I thank you for watching.